once it started, I feel like anyone with any basic grasp of the history knew what was going to happen. It was going to be a bloodbath, right? It was going to be a massacre.
But nobody even imagined that would be that big. But you know what's really sad about it, Joe? What's really sad about it? If today Israel decides to stop their military actions and say, all right, we'll leave you, we're good, no more killing, people will applaud Netanyahu. Like, good, it's good that you didn't kill more people. Thank you for not killing 60,000. Thank you for stopping at 33. You see, there's not going to be even accountability for Israel. If they stop this, I'm like, okay, good. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for giving people the disabled and the people who killed some food. Thank you so much, Israel. You don't understand. You understand that we have seen the biggest human crime right unfold in front of our eyes for 6 months, and Israel will walk away from it. No accountability. There's gonna be no consequence for it whatsoever. They're even getting more arms, getting more aid, getting more money, getting more support of the Western world. Even being applauded for killing not so much civilians. See how? You see, it's just people are just like our screams like stop the killing. That is the minimum. That is the minimum that you can ask as human beings. And when it finally happens, whatever happens in the last 6 months, whether in the West Bank, or Eastern Jerusalem or Gaza, will just go unpunished. What kind of message are we telling our children? That as long as you have the power, the weapons, the support of the Western world, the support of America, you can do whatever you want, and you will be even applauded by stopping short at a total annihilation. That is the message, basically, we're telling to our children. What kind of values are you instilling to today's generation? I think it's not going to end one for anybody.
No. Interesting phrase you used there, right, which is Western support for Israel. And quite often we hear here in the UK, well, what does it matter if our political position changes? If we withdraw our support for Israel, what difference will it make? As if that kind of ignores the fact that we grant export licenses for weapons that go to Israel and then get used in Gaza. And I kind of wonder what you make of those arguments that international pressure can't change the facts of what's happening there.
Why don't we withdraw our support to Ukraine?
Yeah.
If it doesn't make any difference, then it's just
it doesn't bear engaging with.
And the fact that you have like an evil player in the world, just like violating all the international laws and getting away with it, what kind of message are you giving to the rest of the world? How can you have a moral standing if anybody else commits war crimes if you're letting this happen? You can't. I mean, and the thing is, I said it before, I said Israel has corrupted the West morally for 100 years. You cannot come with a straight face lecturing us about morality or about human rights anymore. You can't. You can't just go cry about... Do you remember Charlie Hebdo?
Yeah.
11 people were killed. Terrible. The world leaders collected into the streets of France. It was like, oh, Charlie Hebdo. And we changed our profile. You sweetheart Charlie. 11 people. Oh, my God. 30,000 people? They're collateral damage. Inevitable. It's sad. It's sad. It's just like, and you watch these like TV anchors. Oh, yeah, there's so much civilians. It's sad, but it has to happen. I mean, what can we do? Not this.
Yeah. Anything but this.
What else can we do? What else can we do? It's very frustrating to look at this, and just I mean, it is comical, but it's painful.
Okay, let's talk about that, because you talk about frustration, you've talked about how sad it is. I agree with both of those things. I'm also conscious of the fact that you've made me laugh multiple times over the course of this conversation, and not in like a rude way, like you're being funny. And
no, please do. I'm a comedian. My ego feeds on you laughing.
Stroking your ego.
Please.
Sorry.
Please.
You're so amazing, Bassem.
Please, I'm full of insecurities, and I have delayed payment on my ego.
Can you tell me more about the tension between those two things, about sort of subject matter that perhaps even some people would say you shouldn't make jokes about that, or we shouldn't laugh about that. It's so serious. It's so upsetting that there is no humor. There is nowhere to laugh in there.
Well, sometimes it's very difficult to, but like I didn't even attempt to make any jokes. What I did was just like repeating the talking points, like impersonating. It was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, please go ahead. I kill Paul. I was just like I was just like speaking my mind of how I view these people, and it comes up comical because it is nonsense.
Yeah,
it's nonsensical, you know. And the thing is, I said before, they make you get so used to cruelty, you don't even know how to keep up. Like I'll give you an example. Remember how Donald Trump was so difficult to make fun of?
Yeah.
Because by the time you catch up with one of his like atrocious statements, he's already on the second one. He said stuff like, "Oh, I grabbed them by the pussies," and everybody, "Oh my God, grab them by the pussies!" And then like 2 weeks later, I can go into Fifth Avenue and kill someone and shoot someone in the face. I was like, "Oh my God!" And then he moved. So it became normal. Normal. This is what Israel is doing. It's just like it's upping the cruelty, and just by the time you're now 6 months, we know you don't even talk about children starved to death, or people killing each other for flour, or babies dying because there's no electricity in the incubators. We don't even speak about that because we forgot. Just like it's become so normal. We don't talk about the little people that were like mutilated and killed. We don't even talk about sexual violence against Palestinians. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that because it became so more normal. Just because it's are you still talking about that? Are you still talking about the incubators? We have passed that. We now killing them in front of you on cameras, and we will deny it. And we're not going to be able to do anything about it. And if you speak about it, you're an anti-Semite. You see, you see how it is so stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it is very depressing.
Yeah.
and yet it's mind blowing. And this is I think the frustration that comes with like the people who are on television media, because the people in the streets that goes out every weekend, they see these things, and the reason why they escalate the anger and they escalate the frustration is they see people in the media and on the political level, they don't speak about that at all, as if it doesn't happen. So now at a certain point, these protests will be more intense. It's like, oh, look at them, barbaric,
Hate marches,
anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
You push them to that, and it's like, oh, look at the reaction that I have just made them do. You see?
Yeah.
You see how it is?
I do.
This is that I've been doing. I mean, I gave you an example. A synagogue in Toronto was hosting an event, a real estate event, to sell land and houses in the West Bank, illegal settlements, which is violating all kinds of laws. And you can only buy it if you're Jewish, which is another discriminatory law. So people went and they marched, they had a demonstration against this in front of the synagogue. And you know what the pro-Israelis like? Oh, look at the anti-Semite. They are there in front of our synagogue. Oh, Holocaust. Oh, anti-Semite. Oh, please. And they forgot. And they don't talk about what led to that. You see, it's just like it's about your reaction. Oh, they're angry Arabs, terrorists. They want to kill us. You see that it's been going on for 6 months, and people falling for it every time.